What's going on YouTube? My name is KarlosPokemon, and as you may have guessed by now, today I'm here to talk about Serena. Serena is the 5th main female travelling companion of Ash's in the Pokemon series, and quite possibly the most fleshed out character so far, and being so made it difficult to break down to 5 key moments for this list. Now for this list, I shall be incorporating the moments from the XY series and the XYZ series, as I feel some of the moments from the XY series were the most crucial in building her character, possibly making her one of, if not the best female characters to be introduced. If there's a character you'd like to see a top 5 moments on, there will be a poll in the iCards for you to vote on our next list. And finally, be sure to let me know in the comments of some of your favourite moments. Now with all that out of the way, let's get to it. Starting off this list is a moment from the 7th episode of the XY series, giving chase at the Rhyhorn race. At the very beginning of the episode, Serena is helping Ash remember where he knew her from. This is a very important part of Serena's story for a lot of people because for any fans of the series, it gave her meaning to be where she was and why we should care about her. And of course, for the shippers out there, it meant a whole new shipping had just begun. A shipping that little did they know would be one of the most intense shippings of the anime for the next 140 episodes. Not only that, but after 20 plus years of the Pokemon series, Serena managed to provide fans with something they never knew about Ash before, which is pretty crazy to think about. Coming in at number 4, we have The Race. In episode 53, we saw Serena's true grit and determination to continue her journey in becoming a Pokemon performer. They come across a Skiddo ranch where Serena's mum just happens to be acting as a coach for Rhyhorn racers, and at first Serena dodges the topic of talking about Rhyhorn racing with her mum, but towards the later half of the episode she comes clean, expresses her desire and a want to be a performer. At first her mum decides not to take her too seriously, but accepts the deal. Beat her in a Skiddo race or return home with her to carry on her training. Thankfully, although looking unlikely through some of the race, her determination pulled out a win and the approval of her mum. Right in the middle of this list is a moment where Serena cuts her hair. Now you might argue this isn't one of the biggest or even the best moments for Serena, and to a point I'd agree with you. However, it's what the change meant, not only for Serena's character, but for the series as a whole. For a character, it meant turning over a new leaf and trying to put her first performance loss behind her. And for the series, this marks one of, if not the biggest appearance changes that Pokemon has made to their main cast of a generation before. We've all seen changes of clothing for seasonal reasons or for competitions, but with Serena it seems like a lot more thought went into the change and why, not to mention that the ribbon that Ash gave her being incorporated into her outfit. Overall, this change in my opinion was not only one of Serena's best moments, but one of her most important. At the second spot on our list comes from the XY&Z anime, in an episode that sees what could possibly be the loudest and most obnoxious, and I'll admit kinda funny Pikachu trainers that we've met before in Jimmy and Spike. This encounter provided us with the fantastic moment where Serena, caring for Ash so much and not wanting him to battle while he was so sick, decides to step in for him in a Pikachu versus Pikachu battle, and gave us what was honestly not a bad Ash impression, to be honest. She also really showed that not only could she be a great performer, but if she wanted to, she could be a great trainer too, if she kept learning from Ash. Like in a school maybe. In Alola perhaps? Now before we get to number 1, here's a few moments that didn't quite make it onto my list. Serena's battle with Arya, when her Eevee evolves into Sylveon, and Serena's reactions to Miette's advances on Ash. And finally at the number 1 spot, you all knew it was coming, and I have to say this before I begin, if you haven't seen the whole anime through in the English subbed version at least, then this may be a little bit of a spoiler for you, so just be aware of that before you continue with this video. It's that moment at the very end of the XY&Z anime where Serena kisses Ash? I mean, she definitely did, but Pokemon, why? I know it's a TV show for kids, but honestly there are way worse scenes shown on the Disney Channel these days than a little kiss. Can't we just have this one thing? Although I have to admit, seeing their faces afterwards was pretty funny anyway. This kiss was the big climax to tens of episodes of tension for the die-hard fans of the anime. It was a great ending to what had arguably been their best writing of an Ash relationship in the franchise. It showed that even though they weren't prepared to have Ash in a proper relationship, that they could write one that was compelling enough, even old school fans of the series that might have stopped watching a long ago. The bitter part, of course, being that Sarina had to leave for Hoenn to make it happen, but hey, let's not write her off completely, right? I mean, it's not like previous Poké Girls haven't shown up in the series after theirs before. So that's it, that's my list of favourite Sarina moments from the X and Y and XY&Z anime. Now of course there are many more moments that I may have missed, so be sure to let me know some of them in the comments because I love reading and responding to all of you. Now if you enjoyed this video, please let me know with a like rating down below, and of course if you aren't already, why not subscribe for more Pokemon content of all kinds. Finally, don't forget to vote on whose best moments you'd like to see next. That's it for now, I'll catch you all later.